We'll take it right from here, Mark. I've got the chicken wing, I've got the handle lock, I pull it down to 90, I step through, I turn the corner, and I step back down. Now, we'll go ahead and go through those two positions real quick. First, Sean pulls his arm out, retain the limb, come back to a top wrist lock, Sean straightens out his arm, I go into a cutter. Now, Sean goes to a seat belt. As soon as Sean goes to a seat belt, all I do is post on the mat, turn perpendicular, and I grab both of his arms. Now, this is a really painful lock because you can see my weight is pretty much right down against his triceps. My shin bone is perpendicular to his back, and I'm basically just arching straight back. Okay, so that's going to be the first part of this chain. Now, let's say for instance, let's see, face this way, Sean. Okay, now Mark, let's just say for instance now we've already did, the 3 hand positions this way. We went this position, we went to the cutter, and then we went, basically to this position where we're just doing like a double reverse arm bar, okay? Now, the only other position that Sean has for his arm, instead of going, basically up this way, is he's going to start hugging his leg to get me off of this arm, which is a really natural reaction anyway. So as soon as Sean actually starts hugging his arm, all I'm going to do first, I'm going to go ahead and post on his elbow, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and grab the top of Sean's wrist, and I'm basically going to rotate up, and I'm just going to go ahead and just get a wrist flex. Okay? Now, let's just say for instance, I tried to get this wrist flex on Sean, and he feels it coming, so he's going to take that hand, he's going to dig in really deep to my leg, so I can't get anything on him. Now what he's going to do at this point, naturally he's going to start building up his base and start to try to get an escape from this. So all he's going to do, he's already built his base up, and then when Sean takes a forward roll, as soon as I, hold on one second, Sean. As soon as I feel him build up his base, what I'm going to do immediately, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I retain this arm because I know what's coming. That's going to basically be a forward roll, okay? So let's scoot back a little bit, Sean, so we'll go on camera. Okay. So now right here, Sean builds up his base, and then Sean goes and Sean takes a forward roll. I roll with it. Now as soon as this happens, I snatch up the arm and pop out an arm bar from there. Okay. We'll do this like just a couple different angles for you. Let's go right in this position right here. Okay. Just start right from here. I'll just get it. Hook the arm out here, and now you went down like this. Now, Sean starts basing up, and as soon as Sean takes a roll, I roll with him, I turn, and then I'm popping the arm bar just like that, okay? Let's scoot back here just a little bit, Sean. Okay. Now, after this point, now what we're going to do, Mark, we're just going to say, for instance, I've tried doing this arm bar, and, Sean's pretty much, trying to power out of it. And now the way he's going to actually escape from this position, because if you'll still notice, I've still got a really tight hook over here on his far side arm. But it's not that hard to escape from because all Sean has to do to escape this is basically take his far side arm, go palm down right on the mat, and basically almost just do like a snow angel type movement. And that's going to get him out of this position. And that's going to put me in a really vulnerable position if I don't think fast. So as soon as Sean does this, now you'll notice what he's going to naturally roll back into me. When he does this, my hook is going to have to come right off the top of his head and throw it right over the top for a triangle, okay? So we're just going to take this right from here. I've got this in. I've dropped the arm bar on Sean. He pulls back out. Now he goes in. Now he circles that arm around to get out. He turns into me. Now when he turns into me, this is just going to come right over the head. I'm going to go right into a triangle choke from here, okay? Now, let's turn this with the camera. Now, from this position, as far as the triangle choke goes, triangle chokes are extremely easy to escape from, because basically all somebody has to do is just walk around the head in one direction or the other, and then they're pretty much on their way to escaping, and there will be on top of you. Or they can do a sit-out. I mean, either way, you're still in the bottom position, so that's not good. So whenever I do my triangle, I always want to finish my triangle choke from a mounted position. So as soon as I hit the triangle from here, what I want to do in this, naturally for good, triangle positioning for the submission, his arm has to be cross-body. Well, I'm going to bait him on this because because he's constantly always trying to pull this arm away from crossbody and get it back to center line, so that way that's going to at least eliminate this little, choking of that artery. So I'm going to exploit this. So what I'm going to do, when I had this triangle choke on Sean, I'm going to give him a little bit of pressure release so he can pull this hand back. Now as soon as he pulls it back to his core, all I'm going to do, I'm going to post on his elbow like this, and I'm going to go ahead and push his arm straight in, so that way I can go ahead and push in the elbow and push out on the arm as I post, and I'm going to roll right into a mounted triangle choke from here, okay? Now, from here the way we can finish, we can always just take the arm, push straight down, get the tap like that. Or we can go ahead and do, there's two variations of arm locks from here. We can basically come up like this and actually go ahead and get a wrist lock from there, or we can just go ahead and scoop all the way out and actually just get one from this position. What we'll do, Mark, I'll go ahead and go through this entire thing now, all the way through with the two variations, so you can just kind of see how it all flows. Okay, we'll go ahead and start right from the beginning, Sean. Okay, so Sean's in the turtle position. I'm posting, I'm driving, I bust it, come back with the arm shot breakdown, spin through, get my reverse lever. That's the first one. Now for the second one, okay, I bust the Achilles out, I get my arm shot breakdown. As soon as I come around, Sean stuffs that one up. Now I'm going to get him drop back around, Sean starts basing up again. I get one-on-one wrist control as I drop. I step back and pull the wrist, and I come back into him. Now from here, my left knee comes right up. I scoop the head until I get this arm to show daylight. And then I scoop in, retrap the arm. Then now from here, scoop back just a little bit, Sean. From here, I pull his chicken wing down to 90, step in the pocket, turn. Sean pulls his arm out, rehook the arm. Top wrist lock, he straightens his arm, cover. He goes down to a seatbelt, post, turn the corner, reverse double arm bar. Now, from here, if Sean decides to go the other way, all I'm going to do, post on the elbow, grab the wrist, pull up, wrist flex. Now, if he senses this and goes in deeper on me, then now he's going to start building up his base. Scoot back just a little bit, Sean, so we'll roll out of frame. He starts building up his base, and now we're going to go ahead and take a roll. I'm going to retain the arm, go through, pull out my arm bar. That doesn't work, Sean's going to scoop his arm around to escape. He's going to pull into me, come up to my triangle choke. He's going to pull his arm back, push his elbow in, hyper extend his arm, post, mounted triangle. Push across for tap number 1, tap number 2, and tap number 3. That's all for the arm chop submission breakdown. Hope you liked it. Thanks a lot.